We're gonna do a high taper on both sides. So we're gonna do a high taper, and we're gonna do a regular taper on the back. I don't like my back taper a little too high just because I have that occipital bone, I don't know what it's called, but I have that bone that sticks out. So going right under that. I don't get an edge up at front, you know, I have a big forehead, so we're gonna leave that alone. We might end up texturing the top a little bit. I'm not too good at doing it myself. But we'll try. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I cut my hair last week, but I used that self-cut system mirror. But now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it. I might just put the mirror here and grab another mirror. So there's different ways. You can get the self-cut system mirror, or you can just put a mirror on the wall and then use a hand mirror. And I forgot to mention, the tough part about this cutting my own hair is that I have glasses. So if you have glasses, you're gonna have to work around them. So luckily for me, I don't do a low taper, because if I did, it would kind of be in the way of fading it, right? So I just do a high taper, which just cancels out the glasses. But still, like, I sometimes have to do it like this, the way, try to look at the mirror and do that. But when you have 4 eyes, it's a challenge to do a haircut on yourself. Right. Set the guide, a high taper, you really want to just do it right there where that C-cup starts to form. And I bring it down to kind of complement my head shape. At least for how I want my taper to be. So this is the part I was talking about, that it gets kind of challenging. You got to put your glasses down and then kind of squint your eye. I'm gonna set that right there, right on top of the ear, and then take out the rest. So I'm kind of guessing, because I can't really see right now.
How do you see me?
The FX1 shavers. Any shavers work, guys. I don't have to use nothing specific. Right now I'm blind, cannot see, but I'm just guessing. When I get close to that line right there, I'm gonna go down with it. Hit the line, basically going down. Go up with it, up to like right about 1/4 of an inch, and then go down. Now I'm using this, I'm not sponsored, but I'm using my favorite clippers, the Sabers. These are the blacked out edition. I like the white ones too. The white ones are nice. Can you see? Open it all the way. And I'm gonna set my guide maybe about 1/2 an inch from the guide. Bring it up. And keep that nice and even all across. We're gonna close it halfway. So it's gonna be in between, all the way open and all the way closed. Right under that, we're just gonna attack that line that we see. You might not be able to see it on me just because, dude, guys, I have like that easy textured hair to where like it just becomes like easy to fade. You know, I don't know if y'all have clients like that that you'll fade like easy, even just without barely trying. It's already fading. So I kind of have that kind of hair, except mine's really thin. So now we're gonna play with that lever. Just if you open it all the way, just go back up to that guide and close it like 1 notch, and then right under that. And just small strokes, guys. You don't gotta rush it, because when you rush things, it's when things become, they're not consistent. They're all like all over the place. So you just want to slowly take these lines out. And I'm gonna grab a 1.5. I don't grab a 1. I grab a 1.5, and I do the same thing I did here with, which is like 1/2 an inch, because my taper is gonna be kind of tight, especially because I got this hair here. Remember, 1/2 an inch, guys. Go in and dig out like you're digging a hole on the ground with a shovel. And you're gonna see that dark line I just created, but you're gonna take that out eventually with the number 3 open. So my techniques are, I skip the 1 and the 2 guards, and I just use 1.5 and a 3, and then I just fade with the 1/2 guard and the 1.5 up to the 3. Always start open. Always start open. Never do it closed, because you can never put hair back. So it's something I learned. So now I'm gonna just use the corners. I'm gonna use the full blade, but I'll just all the way open. The same thing I told you earlier is just kind of like dig in like a shovel, like you're taking out some dirt, digging a hole. And guys, mind you, this is my left hand. I do not cut with my left hand at all. So This is already challenging as it is. The glasses, bro, glasses in my left hand, man. But the fact that I know what like the technique behind it, like you'll be able to knock it out. This ain't gonna be the perfect taper, but this is just like a simple way of like, you know, if you're starting off on cutting hair, you wanna like keep going and learn different things, just cut your own hair. You know, you're gonna mess up, but at the end of the day, like, you're gonna get better at it, you know? It's not like a setback. Same thing, flick out. And the thing is, when I cut people's hair, I never start on the fade first. So that's why I'm doing like the total opposite of what I would really teach you. But the reason I don't start on the fade first is because you're gonna dig in like what I'm doing right now. You're digging in, you know, you're not creating a good foundation to where your fade is like fading into, you know. That's why I always trim the top first and then I fade it. That way when I do the fade, my fade is, I'm fading into like a finished canvas, if you get what I'm saying. So that's why most of you guys who start off with this fade first and then trim the top, sometimes y'all leave that little hair right here that's kind of like coming out like that, like in the sides, you know. But don't dig in. That's a better explanation. So the way I'm doing it is I'm coming in and I'm digging out like that. Barely. You don't even gotta hear hair cutting, but just do that. And the little hair that you see, the little hair that you hear cutting, that's perfect. That's all you need. But you don't want to create that round shape, you know. You want to create that square that can complement the client's face. Comb the hair, you see there's a line now, you know, created by that black and blonde hair. But it's fine, bro. It's all good, man. And sometimes I don't use that mirror, so since I can see myself right here, I'll just hit it from this angle. Corners, going up, not digging in, just going straight up. A little line. That's where it gets challenging. So I did that 3 open. I grabbed that 1 guard, kind of try to take that line out, and then now I just have my 1.5. Little guards that I'm using back and forth, guys, it's a must because it's what's gonna help you take out lines. You know, don't just stay with like, oh okay, I couldn't take it out, I'm not gonna be able to. No, just put that guard back on and try to take it out, you know. Take some time. Right where that C-cup starts to form. Bring it down to right above the ear. And don't press down too hard because with sharp trimmers, you'll leave a guide. Bring it up right under that line and then go down with it. Basically hit that line going down with it. Close it all the way, just attack the line. Don't even go anything higher than that. Don't go higher than that, just attack that line. Open it about halfway, attack that line again. And it should be right under the guide up top. Open it all the way and then just go all the way up to that line you just set. And again, about 1/2 inch of a guide, just like you did before. My glasses are in the way, so remember, guys, like you're digging a hole in dirt with a shovel. In, out, in, out, in, out. Comb that hair down and run that 3. Yep, perfect. Go up with it, guys. Don't dig in and don't go with the round of the head. And follow the shape of the head, go upward. That's how you're gonna create that nice and square look at a time. So the right side first, then the left side. There we go. I'm gonna just set that line across so I keep an even taper all around. Yep. Just knock it out already, but it's gonna be hard, guys. If you're right-handed, just use your dominant hand. Just use whatever hand you cut your hair with. Use whatever hand you cut hair with. Use your dominant hand just to do the whole back taper. And you're not gonna have it perfect to where it's blurry, but it's gonna be cool. You know, it's gonna be at least enough to get you for the week, enough throughout the week. You know, you don't gotta have it perfect. You know, nobody's gonna freaking stop you in the middle of the store and be like, "Yo, there's a line," unless you like those guys that have that guideline, like that big old guideline that comes across, and they have no shame, and they be wearing that, you know, like, unless you're one of them guys, and yeah, you know. But now we're gonna use the half guard open and just set in that guide, 1/2 inch, flick out. And I'm only using, I didn't start off with the 1.5 only because my taper back here is already kind of short. So that half guard open just gonna perfectly blend in. I might just use that one right above that, but halfway, close, and then come under that line. Get right under that line to take it out. I know you can't see. I'm sorry, but man, I'm trying to really take this line out perfectly, or exactly what I'm doing, but you know. And plus, like I said, this is really not the way that I fade. Once I'm done with this haircut, you're gonna see that it's not perfect. It's not gonna be the perfect haircut, you know. This is just to get you by throughout the week. Now, let's say you finna go to a wedding, you finna go out, you got a date, you and your chick, you gotta do something. And yeah, you know, pay for a service, pay for another person to cut your hair, you know, and get it done correctly, but keep it natural, you know, you don't gotta push it back, it don't gotta be crispy. If you want to, you could push it back if you want, it could be crispy, but I don't really like mine too pushed back. I have to get really close to see this. I have no glasses, so I pretty much finished it. That's kind of bothering me, but I'm gonna leave it alone. We're gonna use these Persona blades. I usually use Durco primes, but these Persona blades low-key are a little bit sharper. You know, maybe might be my barber brain telling me that they're sharper because there's something new. But Faded Culture razor. If you guys don't already have a razor, y'all looking for a good razor, this is a Turkish razor, I believe. FadedCulture.com. Use the discount code for Crispy6. You'll get 10% off, pretty much free shipping. So, and just keeping that razor at a 90-degree angle. Like everybody else, 90-degree, flush to the skin. That way you don't cut yourself. The last thing you want to do. I'm gonna do the top. So the top, I really don't want to trim nothing off. I really just kind of want to cross cut. And I might just trim my bangs a little bit, but that's about it. Because, you know, my root's already kind of, there's already more of my root than there is a dye. So I don't want it to look too weird if I trim it. So I'm gonna just cross cut this corner from my right to my left. Not completely closing the shear like this. More like just sliding through it like that. And it's dry, so it's gonna hurt. Ugh. And this will just add a little bit of texture in there. Not bad. All right. Liking the look. It's not perfect. Woo! I got all that hair on me. So the way I work, I do my front edge up. I'm gonna wet it first and use the feather razor. That's what I'm doing. Alright, so this is the feather razor here that I use along with this. You can do it without it, you could just use this, but I just kind of like to keep a little bit of a grip when I'm doing it because I don't want to accidentally cut myself, which you can't, it's protected, but so we're gonna just barely tap it because wet hair basically stretches out. So once it dries up, it should get a little shorter than what it's already when it's wet. So we're just gonna slightly tap it and just make sure it's even and straight all across. This is basically gonna create a messy look, messy texture look instead of having that straight Edgar, which I used to have. But now I'm more of a man now. So I'm no longer the Edgar. Plus the Edgar life is way in my past. So now this is the look I want right here. So we're gonna use this Faded Culture clay. I'm sponsored by Faded Culture, so y'all can get a discount if y'all go to fadedculture.com. Matter of fact, just scan this QR code right here. Scan that QR code, it's gonna send you to the website, and the clay is probably like 20? 15 actually, I think it's 15. So this clay is 15, and with my discount code, you basically get $5 off. So yeah, go over there, apply that code. It's Crispy6, CRISPY6, and it's gonna get you 10% discount at checkout. So that, you can always grab more, but maybe like around that, like about a quarter. Smear it all over your hands until it's warm and kind of disappears. And when you apply it, you want to get it all over your hair to the root. Don't be scared of no. Get that thing in there. Scrunch it all over the place. Make yourself look crazy. Damn. This haircut isn't the best, but it sure will get me by the week. Diffuser right here. I like to keep the heat on high and keep the power, the blows on low. And you just kind of want to put it over your head. Don't put it in there. Pause. Don't just, you know what I'm saying, just barely have it hovering over your head. And scrunch it as you go. So this is the enhancements that I'm using right here. Temptation by Red. By Kiss. It's gonna be harder doing it on myself, but kind of just guess it. Kind of spray it right before I apply it, because sometimes they be throwing chunks. So I don't like this one. But I'm guessing. Damn! That one's a little better. So this is the end result, guys. This is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. It's not bad, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the back right there. You might see some lines, but it's just what I could do. Especially since I have glasses, I'm blind. Can't really see, but I want to say, just in general, cutting your own hair is going to be a little bit hard. But right side, critique in the comments. Please let me know what I could do better. Maybe you're struggling with something that you're doing on yourself, and I don't know, maybe I can help you, but this is the end result. Like I said earlier on the video, if you're trying to get this look, you got to dye your whole hair completely and let the root grow back out, so that way you can have this look. I want to say I dyed my hair maybe 2 months ago, going on 3 months ago, and I'm still making it work. So I think my next haircut, I'm gonna chop it all off. If y'all want to see another video, maybe another self-cut, maybe on how I actually do haircuts myself, y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know down below. Let me know what y'all want to see. This is the finished product. I wish I could have done better, I could do better, but not on myself. So make sure y'all go follow me on Instagram at SigCrisp, which I try to post pretty much consistently. I show all my work, I do my designs out there, I do pretty much everything. So yeah, make sure I go follow me on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. I'm not as consistent as I should be, but make sure y'all go over there and show some love, like, comment, and subscribe. End result. Appreciate y'all watching.